Shalom, my dear brothers and sisters. I have yet an amazing word for you. Remember, every time I release these words, you should be excited because these are words that are going to bless you. Some of you wake up in the morning with bad news. You wake up when you feel like something is missing in your life. But these words that are released are words that are going to encourage you, are words that are going to lift you up. My brothers and sisters, I know some of you, you have been doing things just like anyone else. You have been acting like other people, speaking like other people, just obeying orders. Whatever people tell you is what you do. Some of you, you have gone to one extent whereby you have become a people pleaser, that you do not want to hurt someone. You do not want to hurt someone's feelings. To one extent that you have done that which you saw never to do. That which you wished never to do is what you are doing because you want to fit into people's groups. You want to be like them. But my brothers and sisters, the word that I have for you today is learn to distinguish yourself from the rest. Distinguish your businesses, your products from other people. You know, the reason as to why when you look at companies and corporations that have become so successful in life, that have made profits, the reason as to why they are able to stand is because they have distinguished themselves from the rest. Their products are distinct from other products. They may seem as though they are similar, but there is something that is different. There is a brand to it. Maybe through their packaging, their logo, the color, the words that they present. It has distinguished them from the rest. Some of them, if their products that are eating, it's through the taste. There's a difference between Burger King and McDonald's. I'm not a fan of all those food chains, but there's a difference between them. There's a difference between Starbucks and any other coffee. There's a difference, a big difference. So my brothers and sisters, you yourself are different from the rest. The scripture clearly states that you are the salt of this world, not the sugar. The scripture says you are the salt. Do you know that sugar and salt look similar? Some of you, I know, without a label, you can mistake sugar from salt. That is the truth. Until you taste, that's when you will know, oh, this is sugar. But of course, there are people who, but just by looking at the properties, at the structure of sugar and salt, they can know this is salt, this is sugar. So my brothers and sisters, distinguish yourself from the sugar of this world. Because sugar will just attract these small insects, but salt is unique. You are the salt of this world. You are not like them. So stop acting like them. Stop pleasing people. I want to read you a scripture of a man of God who had developed himself to one extent that he distinguished himself from the rest of the people in the kingdom. This is from the book of Daniel chapter 6 verse 1 to 4. Daniel chapter 6 verse 1 to 4. And it reads, "It pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 stirrups, to be over the whole kingdom, and over these 3 governors, of whom Daniel was one, that the stirrups might give account to them, so that the king would suffer no loss. Then this Daniel distinguished himself above the governors and stirrups, because an excellent spirit was in him, and the king gave thought to setting him over the whole realm. So the governors and the satraps sought to find some charge against Daniel concerning the kingdom, but they could not, but they could find no charge or fault, because he was faithful, nor was there any error or fault found in him. What a powerful word. That the scripture says it pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 satraps. And remember, among them, Daniel was there. And this was done so that they should give an account to the king, so that the king suffers no loss. Now the scripture says, then this Daniel distinguished himself above the governors and satraps. Remember, there were a lot of Daniels in that kingdom. But the kingdom, as big as it was, the scripture says this Daniel, there was a specific Daniel that distinguished himself. Some of you, there are people who have the same names as you in that state that you stay, in your country, in your family, in that location. There are people who have the same names as you are. But are you able to distinguish yourself from them? The scripture says this Daniel distinguished himself. Now the scripture tells us the reason as to why and how he used it. So it says, because an excellent spirit was in him, and the king gave thought to setting him over the whole realm. An excellent spirit was found in him. You have to have an excellent spirit in you. That is the spirit of progress, the spirit of success, where your yes is yes and your no is no, where you do not conform to the pattern of this world, but you are transformed by the renewal of the word of God. Now, meanwhile, the governors and satraps, they sought to find a charge against Daniel. But Daniel was 10 steps ahead of them. My brothers and sisters, this is the word for you, that learn to distinguish yourself from the rest. Remember, light also distinguishes itself from the rest. When you see light, you will know that there is light. Light distinguishes itself from the darkness. My brothers and sisters, it's the end of this world, the word. I hope it has blessed you. I hope it has encouraged you. Till next time, shalom.